Tuesday, short week, good football team coming in. Physical football team to use that as motivation, put it behind us, prepare, recover, all that stuff for this game. I thought was the team did a heck of a job. Everybody included in that tall task. It was hard to get that. I mean, I think to move on from that lingered. It definitely lingered. But I do hope that, the kind of the sense of urgency, the preparation that we had this week, and kind of take it with us as we move forward.
Do you think lingering actually had a positive effect to kind of keep everybody sharp? And if so,
No,
is that sustainable?
No, I mean, I think, you want to go into preparing the right way. I feel like we've done that every week. There's so many little things and variables that go into that. And the games only mount, and they only get bigger and bigger. And this week, it's a great example of that. It's just they just get bigger. So the goal is it's still so early in the season that you continue to move forward. You continue to improve from every game, good or bad, all the stuff in between. Certainly, I hope that was growth for us this last week to go through that and then, to bounce back and get a win today.
Things were working well for you early. Is it a deal where early in a game that the offense is going to perform well?
No, I mean, it's such a four-quarter thing that, you can get rolling and feel like you're on them. And, you come in at halftime and go back out and adjustments made, and it's kind of different. The margins are a little different or adjustments here or there. So you never know. You never start out a game thinking you're rolling and like, oh, boy, it's going to be a great day. I think you just take it play by play, series by series.
But along those lines, what's the comfort level for you to execute your offense once you take a lead early in the game? And the second part of that is, are you worried about this becoming a thing that, you're a team that can only execute when you're in the lead?
I didn't know that was a thing. No, every single week is a completely different challenge. We played a defense last week that was a completely different structure on the road, different strengths and weaknesses, different matchups. And then this week is a completely different one. This was a completely different challenge. These guys, a totally different system. They have their own strengths. And then injuries and all that stuff, who's up for a game, all that plays into it. And then even within a game, like I said, first half, second half, adjustments, all those things, winning, losing, situational football, all of that goes. There's so many variables, and that's what you practice for. That's what you prepare for. Next week's going to be a whole different matchup, right? We got to find a way to win that challenge. To win that matchup, that challenge, the chess match, all the things that go into it, the execution on game day. Every week I think is a different deal, and you got to treat it like that.
So Peterson was playing hurt, and Thompson and Crowder were out with so many offensive targets injured. What, if any, offensive adjustments did you have to make to beat Carolina?
I thought the coaches did a great job making the adjustments through the week with the game plan, being prepared for guys to be down today. And then I thought the guys did a heck of a job preparing for it, knowing it. We were in a bunch of 3 tight end stuff out there today. I thought those guys handled that great. Finding the matchup. I think that's kind of what I'm talking about, finding the matchup week to week, finding what gives you the best chance.
Alex, they talk about how important all 3 phases of the game is, where the team is. You all got out to the strong start, and then the special teams had the turnover, and then the defensive stand at the end.
Yeah.
Could you talk about just all 3 phases of this team today?
Yeah, that was. I think today was a great example of everybody kind of having a hand in it, which was nice coming off last week. Everybody having a big hand in this win. Special team had some huge plays, from the turnover to Hop hitting a couple big kicks for us. Defense, though, to buckle down there late with them driving and hold them, sealing the game off for us. So, I felt like a great team win, on a short week, bouncing back. So,
Alex, how do you feel your connection with Jordan Reed is going? Like, are you vibing?
Yeah,
and
great. I feel like it's going great. Same thing. Like, every team, they have a different way to try to take him away. He's that kind of playmaker, right? So every week it's something new. How are they going to take him away? And so a little bit you kind of bank all those things. He and I think all of us, you kind of bank those and move forward. And I think you keep them in your back pocket. All those counter punches and adjustments that you have to make, and certainly other people are involved in that, right? Because if he's going to get a bunch of attention, sometimes it's got to go elsewhere.
Alex, you're an off-season, a training camp, 5 games in to this offense. What's your comfort level? Is it complete now? And where do you see the maximum of this offense?
Oh, I feel like we're very untapped offensively. A lot of potential and a lot of stuff in. I say untapped. I just think kind of as we continue to find out who we are, our identity as an offense. But I think one of our strengths is that, and we got a lot of guys, and we can make adjustments. I thought this week was a great testament of that. Some guys down, some key players for us down, but other guys stepped up, and you have to, I think, be that kind of team. Good teams have that about them, that ability.
The DB said that they had a meeting on Tuesday and kind of aired some grievances, and then they went out and had their best practice of the week. Could you notice a difference in the group that you were playing against in practice this week, and what did you think of what they did and specifically what Josh did today?
Yeah, it'd be hard for me to say about practice. I mean, when I'm going against the scout team, and then when they're rolling, I'm all on the side trying to get other stuff done. So I feel like those guys put in work every week. You know, our whole team does. Certainly, I don't think it's ever been an issue of lack of work or work ethic. But communication is a big deal. And out on the football field, it's loud, especially at home this week when those guys got the crowd noise when they're rolling. And got a lot of nonverbal communication that has to take place on the fly. Everybody's got to be locked in step. So happy for them the way they played, especially making the play there at the end to win the game.
Alex, you followed a win with a tough performance every time this year, haven't strung together 2 wins yet. What needs to be done this week to try to make this win 2 instead of a loss after it?
I think all those things that we just talked about. I mean, we got to have a great plan. We got to get our mindset back, recover, have a great week of preparation, right? I mean, all those details all week, the greatest sense of urgency as we prepare, and then you got to go out there on game day and execute. So, I mean, there's 1,000 things that have to get done that battles you're trying to win. To help you get a W.
Alex, what are your thoughts on Trent Williams as a running back?
Yeah, I saw what last week. What he run, like 19 miles an hour, I think, last week. If he's not the most athletic